my name is CPA Aringo Frederick. I help accounting students in number one, passing the exams, and number two, equipping them with knowledge and skills which will help them, of course, in the practical manner. I've been doing this for a period of in 2025. This year will mark my ninth year of doing this. Yeah, it has been long. I started it back in 2016. Of course, then partly student and also partly, of course, sharing this knowledge to students as well. So it has been a passion, and I believe through this board, yeah, through this board, we've changed a lot of our lives, and it is always our happiness to see, of course, our students excelling, knowing that they have passed in our hands. That is a satisfaction that always, of course, give us that fuel to continue doing what we do. And it has been your support where we are today. And in that case, we will never take it for granted. And that's why each and every day we always try to make sure that at least we do the best that we can to make sure that you guys get the quality knowledge from us and specifically from Mwalimu here. So in this case, I really just want to appreciate you. So at this point, I do help, of course, Kasneb students. In addition to that, all other students, regardless of the discipline that you're taking, outside Kenya and in Kenya, of course, you'll always reach out and I will always assist you the best that we can. At this point, I want to talk about, of course, the exam still. Of course, it is in line of helping you with these exams. I understand that at times there's always very high tension when it comes to towards exams. Probably you feel like you've not been doing what is required. You feel like probably you've not prepared enough. And of course, there's always that anxiety, there's always that panic, there's always that uncertainty whether you should go for exams or you should postpone it to the next period. These are basically normal. The only important item that you must focus on is that how are you going to overcome that? And that is what I want us to have a discussion about in this segment of ours today. At this point, I believe like if I told us to be very specific if I told us to be very specific on Kasneb, yeah, uh, where we are sitting today, by the time I'm doing this video, of course, it is remaining like 1.5 months towards the exams. That is what we have, right? Many students will feel like, number one, they have not prepared. And I've always talked about this, and still I'm also going to talk about it in this segment of ours today. There are two categories of students. There are students who are doing these papers, probably a repeat paper, and there are students who are doing for the first time. These are two different categories of students. So number one mistake that more so a repeat student will do, and it has always happened, which at times I've always talked about this so many times. You'll find that this repeat student, he'll go without exams or as towards or during preparation. He'll be preparing for these exams with the mentality that it is not the first time that he's doing this paper. This student will be preparing for this paper with a mentality that he has knowledge. And that's the first mistake that, of course, you'll always tend to make. Preparing for an exams with a mentality that you had already handled that paper. In such an event, trust me, there are so many things that you're going to overlook. And probably these things that you're going to overlook, because anytime you'll be having your paper, you'll be like, or anytime you'll be doing your revision, looking at that book, you'll be like, I already studied this. So you might tend to overlook, which might be disastrous as at the end of the day. So my advice will always be more so for the repeat students. Anytime during that period that you're preparing, it is always good to set your mindset in a way that you're handling this paper for the first time. I know it might be hard, probably for starters, but if at all you set your mind in that manner that this paper, I'm doing it for the first time, it will always be very helpful. Number one, because it is going to reset your mind in a way that there's nothing that you're going to overlook. You'd be like having that pressure like the first student. You'd always be having that pressure like, I need to handle this, I need to handle this, I need to handle this. The knowledge that you have, it will be an asset, which will be very important as at the end of the day. But through preparation, just have the mindset that you're doing this paper for the first time, and it will help you a lot. That is what I believe. It will help you a lot. Try that, and you're going to thank Mwalimu later. Because if you go with the mentality that I'm doing this paper for the third time, I'm doing this paper for the second time, there's a very high likelihood that you might overlook a lot of elements. And in that case, it might be disastrous as at the end of the day. So that's a piece of advice that Mwalimu here will want to share with us. The other point here will also be really about for the first timers, yeah. First timers, I believe that those students who are very courageous, they'll be like, at this point, I'll want to probably do this on my first attempt and pass this on my first attempt. And that should be the spirit. That should be the spirit. I've always given you tips on how you can pass all these professional papers on first attempt. The key element is for you to master, of course, key concepts, because at this point, when you're doing your revision or when you're doing your studies, you need to be like this person who is yearning for knowledge to apply it, of course, in the aspect of the practical manner. Approach it in that angle, and you'll find that things will always be very easy. Don't be that person who probably is pushed for exams. I'm doing this for the purpose of exams. No, that is one thing that I'll always advise us. We should always restrain ourselves from that. Anytime we're doing this case, just do it with a mentality that I'm doing this for knowledge. And remember, if I told you approach it with that mentality that you're doing this for knowledge, there are so many things that you're going to grasp. And this knowledge that you've acquired, so that even if I told you go to an exam, it would be very easy for you to handle that. So this is a piece of advice that Mwalimu will also, of course, give us. At this point, talking about those students who are doing Kasneb papers, yeah? We are in July. The beauty part is we are just starting July. Your exams probably will be from 18th August. So from 1st July to 18th August, you're looking at exactly probably these are 1.5 months, yeah? So what can you do with these 1.5 months? Whether you've been studying or is when you want to study, there are so many things that you can do which will change your fate. Even if at all you felt like time has really gone, there are so many things that you're going to do which will change that fate. And what are some of these elements that you will be required, of course, to handle and grasp them correctly? So this is what I want us to share with you guys. Like specifically, I'll be talking about what us as mDarasa we do offer. You've not been studying, is your first time. You're joining this class, probably you didn't have time to do your studies. I know we've just ended that hectic and a period of pressure for those who are in accounting field, of course, and auditing. So this is when you've gotten your time to do your studies. So the best way would be what? Number one, flexibility is very key. Yeah, flexibility is very key. You need to have a very flexible mode of doing your studies. And what we offer as mDarasa is a flexibility. Why? When we are talking about flexibility, you have the ability to study at your own time. You have the ability to review, of course, what has already been done when you are not present. This is a flexibility that Mwalimu is talking about. And as mDarasa, we do offer this flexibility. Because number one, right now with 1.5 months, if I told you arrange yourself very good in terms of having at least 2 hours a day or maybe 3 hours a day in doing your revisions, because at the end of the day, it's all about sacrifice. when you allocate yourself 3 hours a day, regardless of how many papers that you're doing, you're still going to make it. Why? Because flexibility will come in a sense. Number one, you get access to the videos that are recorded for all the topics. Number two, you get access to the aspect of the ongoing videos or ongoing classes of the same semester, of this semester that we are in. You get access to these classes. And the most beautiful part of it is that, students will always have same questions. Yeah. The most beautiful part with following the classes that are ongoing is that when Molimu is guiding students here on board, and probably there are concepts that certain students have not gotten it right, and this student will ask a question. Trust me, probably in a way, that could be the same question that you're having. In this case, by listening to this student asking this question and Molimu giving a solution to this student, then we'll have a benefit. So you just be like you are exactly in that class. In addition, of course, you're also going to get the class notes, which in this case, other than just following the classes on videos and doing the assignments as what has been displayed on the board, you'll also be having chance to go through the class notes, which will help you, of course, to do what? To complement whatever that you've done on the videos. So this is the flexibility that I am talking about. And this is what we offer you as mDarasa. We offer you flexibility. And of course, that aspect of quality, it is so very important because engaging or listening to Mwalimu, engaging with your fellow students, you'll always tend to learn a lot. So, of course, that's what we offer you when you get this package of ours that we normally call it as pre-recorded version package. Pre-recorded version package. It will be very, very important for us to get it right. The other package here, we have the live virtual class. So the live virtual class, of course, it is for those students who can get time to attend the classes. And our classes, we've provided them on part-time basis. That is, of course, evening hours, starting from 6:15 all the way to around 10:30 p.m. And of course, there are those that are being conducted on early morning and those that are being conducted on weekend. For those who are interested, of course, I can share the timetable if you just get to us on the number indicated here, 0708 068 851. Of course, you can reach us out and we'll share the timetable for to you so that you can check it out. So what I'm trying to put across here is that with 1.5 months with flexibility, and that is what we offer mDarasa, then you can change a lot of things. And what Molimo is going to do for us, because we say that we are in a very tough economical times, yeah, that is what we agree. It is reality that things are tough, right? And things being tough, of course, we must always consider both ends, both on the side of what will help us to continue giving you the best, and also us to consider that things are not quite as usual on your end. And that's why today we have, or Mwalimu is giving us this package. That's why from today, Mwalimu is giving us this package, of course, towards up to the end of this semester as it is. For those students who are subscribing on the first package, which is pre-recorded version, if at all you are taking one unit, we are giving you at 3,500 shillings only. What will this investment give you? This investment, this is 3,500 per unit. These are, of course, for the papers below. So you'll find that that is the written papers. So that is both foundation, advanced, and intermediate. So what will this 3.5 give you? This 3.5 will give you, number one, you have access to recorded classes for all the topics from topic 1 to the last. You have access to the live recorded classes. These live recorded are whatever that we recorded for the ongoing semester. You have access to the class notes. You have access to the class notes. You'll also have a chance to ask a question where you feel you're not getting via the channels that we have provided. Imagine with this investment, only 3-5, you get access to all this. Mwalimu has really been considerate for us, right? So if at all you're taking the pre-recorded version, this package, I believe, it is very efficient and sufficient to all of us. Now, for those who are interested in attending the live virtual classes, live virtual is where now you attend classes as per our timetable. So in addition of you having a real-time connection with Mwalimu, in addition of you having a real-time connection with your fellow students, what you're going to get extra is you'll also have access to the same package of pre-recorded. You'll also have the same access to the pre-recorded version. In addition to you interacting with Mwalimu, in addition to you giving, of course, preferential, talk about preferential treatment, if I told you to say, in terms of attention and the rest, then in this case, you find that for you to get this package, this is till you do your exams, and we are not going to ask you for any other extra investment when it comes to your revisions. We're not going to ask you for any extra investments when it comes to your revisions. So in this case, we are going to give you with only 5,000 shillings up to the end of the semester. Up to the end of the semester, starting from today up to the end of this semester. And for those who are going to hold this video later, remember we are in semester 2. For those who are doing Kasneb courses, you are in semester 2, 2025. So I'm saying up to the end of semester 2, 2025. From today, you're going to get the live virtual recorded with only 5,000 shillings. And for pre-recorded version, as I've explained, with only 3-5. I don't think if at all we've never done this before, but for us to be very considerate and of course help our students to pass these papers and getting the knowledge clearly, then this is what we offer. I know one will ask, Mwalimu, is the same price for business data analytics? Also for business data analytics, we've also considered you guys. For those who are doing business data analytics, I've done several videos in terms of business data analytics, and the feedback that I normally tend to get normally encourages me a lot to continue doing this for you. So for those who are doing business data analytics, this is a BDA. For BDA, the same case, for those who are interested in the pre-recorded version. I know you've never done this before. It is the first time that I'm giving you this great offer in relation to the same, more so for business data analytics. So if at all you're doing the business data analytics, if you are taking the pre-recorded version, Mwalimu is giving us at only 6,000 shillings up to the time that you do your exams. Up to the time that you do your exams, Mwalimu is giving us at this amount. For those who want to join the live virtual recorded, if at all you are joining today, then Mwalimu is giving us at only 7,000. If at all you are joining today, till you do your exams, I think this is a very fair offer that I don't know if at all you can get it anywhere else. The whole essence is that we want to go with as many people as possible to make sure that they have passed the exams, because this is what we've always loved to do. So these are very fair offer, and in the event that, of course, you want to reach us out, probably you feel like, Mwalimu, what can I do to get extra discount? If at all you feel you are this person, or maybe if at all you feel like you don't have the enough resources now to start your classes, don't hesitate. Just reach us out on the number that we've indicated there, and we'll be gladly, of course, be there to assist you, of course, in maneuvering through this case. So this is what we offer for you as you prepare for your exams. As I've told you, with the tips that we normally tend to give, with this 1.5 month literally you can do a lot, a lot, a lot. So these are life-changing opportunities. Also for those students who are preparing to do their papers in August. So also I talked about the aspect of the practical courses that we do offer. Later on, of course, I'm going to share with you like literally everything that we do offer to make sure that at least you're equipped with knowledge and skills, more so in accounting and finance. So this point, of course, I know if at all you give me the whole day, I can always tend to share with you, of course, all other concepts they have always tend to do. But as they have always said, like it reaches a time whereby at least enough, it will never be enough, right? So at this point, we can maybe pause this discussion for now, and of course, we engage later on. So I believe with the tips, the concepts that Mwalimu was shared, and also the offer that Mwalimu was given us, with this, we can literally do a lot. We can literally do a lot. As I've said, for you to communicate to us, there's a number indicated below this video, or simply you can just reach us out on 0708 068 851. Yeah, let's have a discussion. As I say, bungee. Yeah, watch out to bungee through these numbers. Yeah, so thank you so much, and you guys have a very nice time. Yeah, see you then.